So, okay, tell me something. So energy is up a lot. And you're looking more vibrant as well, I reckon.
Well, I have some makeup on today, so that might help.
Don't sell yourself short. Okay, so tell me, how did the week go? You had a busy weekend. Tell me
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Sorry, my tummy. Is that what you said?
All the things. How was your week?
Um, it was good. Like I said, things improved on Friday. Um, my stomach's
Wait.
been pretty good. I feel like it started normalizing again last week, and um, it's been great since I did the started SIBO Slim. Um, but it
Cool.
is hard. It's hard.
I know.
I'm
What is,
hungry, and
yeah.
um, I did. I really am like nervous that I might have set myself back, but I had a little weak moment, and I had a few tortilla chips yesterday,
Yeah.
and I'm like really embarrassed to admit that. And I'm scared. I'm like, did I just is SIBO just gonna come like roaring back? I don't
Yeah.
have any symptoms. I'm not bloated. I didn't have any problem going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm
You
hoping
won't.
it didn't do anything too much damage.
It's not a pass or a fail. So it's super, super common to get that nervousness around food, and I totally get it. And so kind of what you put in is what you get out. But if you had a couple of tortilla chips, it doesn't put you back to ground zero. It might
Okay.
just pause things for a little bit. It might just increase some zero for a little bit, but you're still making progress. So healing is never a straight upwards line. I wish it was, but it's often and
Right.
that's so what would happen when you eat the tortilla chips? So with the tortilla chips, and the reason why I love this biphasic diet so much, and the reason why I love the SIBO Slim so much, is because the foods are so anti-inflammatory and the foods are so neutral. And then when you have these very neutral foods, you're not triggering anything.
Yeah.
So you're not triggering any inflammatory response. You're not triggering your immune system. So the digestive tract just heals super fast because it's removing all the things that are irritating it. Just
Okay.
like someone irritating you in real life, you take that away and you can just calm down. So all those nerve endings in your digestive tract calm down. The immune system calms down because it's no longer on high alert. So when you have like the couple of tortilla chips, it might aggravate a little bit and that might slow things down for a little bit. But because you've done so much already, your body will bounce back quicker from that.
Okay. Okay.
But just so you know, with when doing SIBO Slim, the repercussions of it in terms of weight are higher because you
Well,
can't.
I weighed myself yesterday morning, and I was down to 120, and then I weighed myself this morning and I was 122. I was like,
No.
whoa.
Yeah. So that's a really interesting observation to make. This morning, 122. Didn't we start at 128? 125.
125.
Yeah. Amazing. And a week, 5 pounds.
So I'm hoping, is that, because I thought you said the most amount of weight loss would be the first week. So I'm like, that's all? Like,
Usually, it's
okay.
a different thing for all the
Okay.
different people. So sometimes, so the reason why the most amount of weight tends to happen in the first week is because of the inflammation water weight.
And I've
And so
kind of
you've got
already,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you've been doing that. And because of that
Okay.
big pound, so 2 pounds overnight, that shows that your body does not like tortilla chips. So even if your taste buds right now. So
Okay.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
weight of those tortilla chips was probably a couple grams or a couple ounces. So that's you're not eating 2 pounds worth of tortilla
Right.
chips. But when your body has an inflammatory reaction, it holds on to water. I sometimes like
Okay.
to use the example of a blister. So if you burn
Yeah.
that skin, then the body's going to release the fluid as a way to protect the underneath layer. So your body can do a similar thing with inflammation, holds onto water.
Okay.
So
That's so
that's what happens.
interesting.
Yeah, so you learn so much about your body. And then, so in this stage, because the foods are pretty much set, you'll just kind of see the weight going down. But then when we get to stage 2 and you start reintroducing foods, this is a really, really good time to see what foods your body likes or doesn't like, because you will
Okay.
continue to weigh yourself every day. And then if your weight goes up by more than a pound overnight, then you know it's inflammation. It's almost never to do with the food that you ate.
Okay. Wow.
Super interesting.
Okay.
So,
Amazing.
when that happens, the best thing to do is just drink extra, extra, extra water. Seems
Okay.
counterintuitive, but your body's holding on to water so it can dilute the inflammation. So if you add more water, it dilutes it more, and then it lets go of the excess water.
Okay. Okay.
And lemon water as well. I'm doing like a detox bath, all that sort of stuff.
I have, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
I haven't done a detox bath. I'm still nervous because I was feeling so terrible. I was like, I just don't even want to try, like, and feel worse. So I haven't tried that yet. I mean, I'm drinking lemon water all day pretty much. Is that too much? I don't know.
How much? 1 lemon per day is a good amount.
Okay. That's probably all. I will just put, about 1 lemon squeeze in, and then once it gets low, I'll just refill it. So there's like a little bit of lemon.
Yep.
In the second and third.
That's good. I'll show you puppy.
So I'm gonna have to take them back.
Have you named it?
My kids named them all fruits.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh.
This one is pineapple.
Why not? Okie dokie. So, how is the bloating? Scale of 1 to 10.
It's been great. I haven't since last week, and my stomach started to calm down again. It's been fine. I'm trying to think if there are any days where it kind of acted up. I don't think so. My stomach felt really flat yesterday. Even eating, I kind of probably ate even just more than I should have. Like even just cucumbers. I ate a ton of cucumbers, which I thought bothered me, but I didn't have any problems after I ate them. So it was really good. Today it's a little bit, I feel like a little bloated. Like maybe I haven't emptied out, because I did have one day, I think it was Friday morning, I didn't go to the bathroom. I wasn't bloated or anything, but I just didn't go. And then, so I think I might be catching up, but I did eat the same thing for dinner that I've been eating all week, and felt a little bit of like, my stomach kind of hurt a little bit. And so maybe that's just all the tortilla chips, and just like having to do with that.
The tortilla chips. Let's go through that one.
Can you put it back for me?
So this is your food. I just want to snooze that one. Sorry. Okay, so this is your food journal. So you felt some bloating last night. That's for today.
Yeah. Glasses are okay.
So the food wasn't in there, so I'm not too sure. So let's go through what's here. So these are your things. Egg whites. So what we want to do is two proteins per day.
2 what? Sorry.
Two proteins per day.
Okay. So yeah, I get so hungry. I wasn't sure if like as long as I was like, is it okay if I'm staying under 500 calories? And I was probably eating more. I'm probably eating more.
Yeah.
Egg whites than I should.
That's okay. Tell me about the hunger. Is it all day? Is it more at nighttime? Is it more in the morning?
It's like, so what's hard for me is like I really feel like I need breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me to go from breakfast until dinner is really hard. So I was just like, well, I'll just have some egg whites, for lunch, or I would have like some strawberries for lunch instead of having them with breakfast or whatever. 1 second. I need to get this lady out of here.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, I'm back.
So when you really feel like you need breakfast, is that for energy? Is that for hunger? Is that for habit?
Probably hunger. And I probably feel like it's going to give me energy. There's some mornings when I probably could stretch it out, to lunchtime. My body's just trained to eat breakfast right now, so it's really hard. And sometimes I do feel like I need to eat because I'm, just not dizzy, but I just feel like, I need food.
Okay. No, that's totally fine. And you can play with that one. So it's always adaptable. So you're doing the right things by. So I would like to I will play it in the next little 2 weeks. So you can change things around on different days and see how you feel better from or not. So the first thing to try with hunger, so you shouldn't be hungry. So sometimes it's a dosage thing. So if you are hungry at nighttime, then you can try adding in an extra dose. If you're hungry in the morning, it could be that your dose is too high, so you could take out a dose. So hunger in the morning, just have 2 doses. Hunger in the evening has 4 doses. And then the next thing after that one is making sure first is your hydration. So making sure that you're nice and hydrated. So 2 or even 3 liters of water per day while you're doing this one. And then if it's not that, then you can look at the dosage. And then the next thing is sometimes magnesium. So are you getting any leg cramps or anything like that?
No. Are you talking about two dosages of the drops?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I do like the 1 milliliter 3 times a day, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So then if I'm hungry at night, so I'm like hungry right now, should I go do 2 more drops or 2 more?
So an extra dose in the day. So maybe like for the next 3 days, have 4 doses.
Okay. Oh, okay. I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So 3 times a day, have it 4 times per day for the next 2 days.
Like, all right. So I can go have one after this or whatever as my 4. Okay.
Do 4 doses for next 3 days with any nuts.
Okay.
And then if it's still not, then what you did on that day with the extra egg whites, we can do that as well. So we can increase the protein. So we have, because you got quite small, so I know you want to lose some weight, but you are quite small, so there's not too much fat that we're burning. So we can increase your calories a little bit if we need to. It might slow down the weight loss a little bit, but you kind of navigate the priorities. You don't want you to feel hungry. So sometimes we can go up to 800 calories, and I would do that by what you just did, increasing the protein.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Increasing protein if still hungry. Okay. So this is your food journal. This is MyFitnessPal. Well, so it seems like a good idea to stay under, get even less than the calories, but I would like you to get at least 500 calories because that could be part of the reason why you're hungry as well. And so most of the days you are at 400-ish. Oh, apart from that one, that was a good day, June 12th. And then another little play, because we don't have an appointment next week, we'll catch up the week after that. So it's our appointment-free week. So in the next little fortnight, I would like you to experiment with getting some more variety in there.
I know. I know I need to. I think it's just, I don't know why it's so hard. Like it was nice when I wasn't really counting any calories because I could eat as much as I wanted, but all I had to focus on was like the amounts of food and making sure I stayed under that, and so I don't know why this is like challenging for me. But
well, we eat certain ways most of our lives, so this is like learning a whole new way of eating. So
yeah, and I'm so simple that for me to just have the same thing over and over again is just easy,
That's how we end up with things like SIBO.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I will.
So what that one does, so the more diversity you have in your food, the more diversity you have in your microbiome, the more diverse your microbiome, the greater tolerance to more and more foods, because all these different kinds of bacteria break down different kinds of fibers. So the more used to different kinds of fibers that you get them, the better and stronger and more adaptable they are to breaking down your food. Yeah. In terms of that, but also help with your serotonin and your immune system and your B vitamins and your vitamin K. And
I even just thought about measuring out a bunch of vegetables again and making soup. Can I just do that? Was that okay?
Yes, that's
fine. Or do you want me to start eating more solid?
No, soups are totally fine. So if you think about someone that has, when you were weaning your children, if you get them breast milk or formula, when you were putting them onto solid foods, if you think about the types of foods that you gave them, they were like well cooked or mushed up or very easy to digest foods. So same thing with someone that's had SIBO for a while or other digestive issues for a while, their digestive system's not going to be super strong. So the more help, the better. So well-cooked foods are always easier to digest. And so trying to streamline it into your life, So the way that I would kind of do when I was doing it, that I would open up my fridge and then I'd pull out all the different vegetables that I wanted to eat and I'd just put them on the counter and then I'd have my chopping board and then I'd have the scale next to me with a bowl on the scale. And then on your MyFitnessPal on your phone, it gives you the option to multi.
Right. Okay.
So say it lists all my like recent things that I've done, and then down the bottom is multi-ad. Oof.
Right.
Click on the ad. I clicked on the ad. My fingers got in the way.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then just click. And so I would just do that for everything that I had on the counter, and then I would chop up how much I wanted, pop it in there, and see how much it weighed, and just change the amount. And that was the quickest way that I got to do that.
Okay.
And then I would chop up the things that were the longest to cook first, and then I'd have my pot going on the stove behind me, and then as I would chop them, I'd just put them in there. So the things that I was chopping first, the longest to cook, and then it was streamlined. So you can do that with steaming your veggies, you can do it with stir fry, you can do it with soup. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Totally doable. And then just make it into a bit of a game. So I had worked that. So the ultimate goal by the end of all this is getting you eating 40 plus different plant foods per week.
Right.
Which seems like a lot, but it's like a serving size of a teaspoon and up counts. So you could have like one cherry tomato and that counts as a serving. And then different kinds of the same food count as a different thing. So cherry tomatoes and Roma tomatoes, they are two different things. Red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers, green bell peppers, they're three different things. They got slightly different things in there. And then also like fresh basil would be a thing, or fresh, I always forget what you call coriander.
Cilantro.
Yes. I can't remember that. So if you were having like a soup and you had some of your zucchini and some of your kale and some of your eggplant and some spinach and some bok choy and some all these different things, you can get all these different plant foods in a meal.
Okay. That might just be the best way for me, because that's what helped me previously, is just making a big soup and measuring it out.
Yeah, that's cool. And another thing, someone else and you did, she had like containers on like the bench top, and she would just do a whole bunch in one go, and then she froze it. So because if you chop them up, they don't stay fresh in the fridge for very long and they get all like watery. So you can do that as well. Yeah. About streamlining it. Cool. Any questions on the food?
I don't think so. I think now I have a clearer picture.
Cool. Awesome. Great. So then let's talk about your bowel motions.
I've been good. I think I've gone every day except for that one day on Friday. But I actually ended up going at night. I don't think I went, or I did like a full bowel movement, but I at least went. I've been meaning to ask you, some of them, most of the time they are solid, and whatever, snake-like, and they sink to the bottom. But especially when I was eating more soup, they're very, not flaky, but they're just like really like kind of soft. They're
falls apart.
Formed.
Yeah. Huh. Are they loose? Yeah. Loose stools?
They're formed, so they're not like diarrhea or anything, but they're just like, you can tell they like break apart really easily.
Yeah, that's quite normal. So there's a difference between diarrhea and loose stools. Yeah. The diarrhea is often when it's yellow and it's like squirty, outy, and there's cramps involved. So that's showing that the body is trying to expel something that it doesn't want in there. Often it's like gastro, or it's a bug, or sometimes it can be from food as well. If it's a loose stool, I'm not too worried. So because you eat so much fiber and it kind of comes out and then falls apart, and if it creates like a mound, that's kind of understandable due to like the high fiber content. So I'm okay with that.
Sometimes it does that. But most of the time, like they're solid pieces. They just look soft. So that's all.
I'd much rather that than the pebbles. So when you get the pebbles, it's showing that there's probably some dehydration in the colon and things are staying in there a little bit longer than I would like.
Okay. Yeah, and they looked good.
Ooh, if it ever sticks to the side of the bowl and you really need to like scrape it off, that can show that your digestive tract is still inflamed. So
Okay.
sometimes it can be from something that you ate that day or up to 3 days beforehand if it's involved in the immune system, the mucus
Okay.
membrane.
Okay.
Okay. So energy you were saying is a 6. That's really good. How do you feel like your brain function's going?
This weekend it was really good. Or I went. It was yeah, it was good. Last week I felt kind of brain fogged. Most of the week, but
Yeah.
today I felt a little bit of brain fog. This morning I felt kind of out of it and just I just didn't feel the best, but I
Was
don't.
today
It went away.
was today a breakfast day?
Yes. So I think I can't remember if it was after I ate or before I ate. I think after I ate, I felt a little better. But I'm just wondering if everything is it goes back to those tortilla chips. But yeah, I'm just trying to think through the day.
So how many tortilla chips? Was it just like a couple?
Probably a serving. Yeah, a serving.
Yeah, I
Like
don't think it did
12.
too much damage. So and corn is really high in fructose. So fructose is the bacteria's favorite food and the yeast favorite food. So often this brain fog can come from yeast overgrowth, which is candida. So it could have been just that you woke someone up a little bit and they got really excited and had a little party. And, yeah.
And I mean, if you want me, I have not been taking the supplement for candida during the day just because I took one, I think, on Friday and I felt just like I could feel it, like I had a headache.
The name.
I just like have had that feeling before when I've taken supplements for candida.
Yeah.
So what do you suggest? Do you think I should just keep trying or just take it at night?
Are you talking about the name or?
No, the one you gave me previously.
I've got it here.
It had the berberine and
The MFP
yes,
course? Yeah.
yes.
Um, oh, what that says to me is that it's dumping out and you're not eliminating it at the same rate. So I've got you on the NAC as well, which is the N-acetylcysteine. So that one has got 2 functions for you. So it is a biofilm disruptor. So when the bacteria are there for too long, they create this biofilm because they don't want to die. So this biofilm comes along and pierces it so the antimicrobials are more effective. It also helps with the liver. So I've always felt in the beginning I wanted to support your liver. And being more sprightly, like your energy is so much better. So I feel like that is working. So we're probably going to need to do what you're doing and then just maybe don't have the 3, maybe have 1 in the morning and see how that goes. And if that goes okay, then have 2 in the morning, see how that goes, and then building up to that 3 from there.
And then in my presentation handout, you said to switch to the neem. Do I do that once I'm completely done with the MFP?
Well, because you've gone with a lower dosage, that will make the bottle last longer. So I'd get you to swap to the neem. I'll get you to swap to the neem now, and then we'll come back to the MFP because I like to rotate them so that bacteria don't get used to what we're doing.
Okay. All right.
MFP switch to neem. Okay. Just tell me again, sorry. I'm reading the MFP. It gives you the brain fog.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll start to reduce the more and more we clean you out.
Okay.
Super duper. You're doing really well. I'm super happy.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome. What else have we got? So I think that's kind of all I want to go through this week. How are you waking up now?
today I was tired. Like I said, over the weekend, I felt okay. I feel like so I was waking up with like a racing heart, just, a little anxious. And I feel like that's calmed down in the last week.
Cool.
I think I had like a day or two where I was like, but it hasn't been as bad. So that's an improvement.
Massive. Anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10?
Probably a 2. Back down to a 2, yeah.
That's amazing. When was the last time it was a 2 out of 10?
I think maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
When I had a really good week, a couple weeks ago. And yeah.
Cool, well done. Okay, anything else? Anything new that you want to ask me about?
I was going to talk about the iron. I had not started taking it yet. I have my phone call appointment with my doctor tomorrow morning to try to get those tests run. But I don't know if you saw the other ferritin test that I had just taken probably a month ago now, when my ferritin was at a 200. So I didn't know if you still wanted me to try the iron before testing those, or if I should just wait until we get that.
You want to tell me after you've spoken to your doctor tomorrow, when you're going to get them, and then I can tell you from there.
Yeah. If she does it tomorrow, I can go in tomorrow and do it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, but if she won't.
Your energy is a lot better than it was last week. So I feel like you are improving a lot. So I feel like it's probably going to be low, but if it's going to be 2 days, let's just wait.
Okay. That sounds good. All right.
That's great.
Want to make sure.
Amazing. Okay. So this week, what are we going to do?
What am I going to do? A lot of things.
What's the most important one?
Rest.
Playing with puppy.
I don't remember. Did it have to do with
Veggies?
Right. Of course. There's so many things I feel like I need to do. I'm like, what?
I'm just on your form. I'm going to give you like I try and do 3. So 3 most important things that I want you kind of get the hang of. Because otherwise, if you tell me to do all the things, I don't do any of the things, and let's go have a nap. So make it digestible, make it achievable. And then once that's kind of made its way into your lifestyle, then you can, because it would be awesome if you could do everything all at once, but I don't know anyone that can. And I'd rather bring one thing in, let that get stable, then bring another thing in, let that get stable, then bring another thing in there.
Okay. Yes, I will work on variety this week.
That would be really, really good. Okay, so variety, and you're going to let me know about your test results and playing around with the dosage. If it's not that, then increasing the protein.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Sounds good.
Amazing. So then next week is our appointment-free week, but I am available in emergencies on email if the wheels fall off.
Okay. I will let you know.
Woo!
Enjoy your air conditioning.
I will. Yeah, I think that's everything I want to know. Cool. So we're going to do a little bit longer of the antimicrobials, keep this going out, and then retesting because we were at the last time. So your goal weight, so you are at 100 you were 120. I reckon that'll just pop back off. I think that's just the water. So the shortest that you can do is the 3 weeks. Then the longest that you can do is the 6 weeks. So we've done a week and a bit now.
It's about a week.
Yeah. So if you need another bottle, so what you're watching with the dosage, so checking how you go from there. So if you need another bottle, we can get them to you within a couple of days. So as you get closer to the 21 days, because when we check in next time, we'll be pretty close to the 21 days. So if you're getting closer there and you feel like you want to go longer, just send Sam an email and she can order you some more drops. So because you're small already, so you don't really need to do. So some people that have got lots of weight to lose need to do multiple rounds, but I always find the first round is the best because you're in this mindset, things are fun, things are exciting. So if you feel like you're not quite yet where you want to be and you want to go longer, definitely do that.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
That's
that's
it.
all right.
All right. Thank you so much. Have a
You're
wonderful week.
welcome. Yeah, you too. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.